opponents. Not so anymore. The muscular heavyweight earned newfound respect in his November loss to Evander Holyfield, the division's #1 contender. Coming up, heavyweights and welterweights in the spotlight as Alex Stewart co-headlines our Fight Night card with James Buddy McGirt. Night from Atlantic City. Tonight, a pair of 10-round headliners as James Buddy McGirt takes on Charles Baez, and Alex the Destroyer Stewart battle cool spring evening in the city which glitters by the Atlantic. Our setting, the Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey, a place where twilight illuminates the dreams of thousands. Welcome to the Imperial Ballroom at Atlantic City's centerpiece, the Trump Plaza, as we present a night of fistic fury, a fine card of professional boxing. Hello again, everyone. I'm Bruce Beck. Welcome to Fight Night. This evening, the headliners, a former champion and a would-be champion, James Buddy McGirt and Alex Stewart. And for each, the term back in the ring has different meaning. For Buddy McGirt, it means remaining busy. For Alex Stewart, it means returning to the ring after a 7-month layoff due to a hand injury. Working with me, my broadcast partner, Gil Clancy. And Gil, let's begin with James Buddy McGirt, one of the greatest contenders in the world.
Well, you know, Buddy's long overdue for a title shot there, Bruce. But he doesn't let boxing politics discourage him. He just keeps busy. And when he finally gets the shot, he's going to be ready.
Now, his opponent tonight, a hard-hitting gentleman from Puerto Rico, Charles Baez. His pro record, 18-4-1. But, Gil, he has fought just twice in the last 3 years. So is he a quality opponent?
Well, he's one of those guys that they say he has a puncher's chance. But any welterweight in the world would have a problem with Buddy McGirt, especially an inactive guy.
Let's turn to the heavyweights. Alex Stewart returning to the ring after a 7-month layoff. He had tendon damage in his left hand, that following the loss to Evander Holyfield. But Alex is back and looking forward to tonight's action. You know, he's earned new respect with the loss.
Well, yes, he did earn a lot of respect on that loss, but it remains to be seen whether he's going to be a little scared to throw that left hand. We'll watch him during the fight.
What about the bout against Holyfield? Were you impressed?
Very, very impressed. He almost had Holyfield out of there.
His opponent tonight, Mark Young, is what you call an opponent, Gil, the double entendre of the word, meaning that he was used just to fill a card. Do you believe it that way?
Well, you know, I know Mark Young very well, but the thing is, he doesn't believe it. He'll make a strong effort.
He's fought the likes of Mike Tyson and George Foreman. Does that mean anything?
Well, not really, but believe me, Mark is a...
He'll take on Mark Young when we return. At the Imperial Ballroom, where heavyweights are scheduled next, Alex Stewart and Mark Young. The return of Alex the Destroyer Stewart following the loss to Evander Holyfield. He's come back from an injury to his hand and he's ready to go. Let's take an up-close look at the Destroyer.
Fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the black trunks with gold trim, and he weighed in at an even 223 pounds from Brooklyn, New York.
I felt, you know, this was a moment to make me or break me. I felt, you know, if I didn't win this fight, my career was over. And I felt I had to win it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger tonight, Alex the Destroyer Stewart.
But I proved him that I could fight. And I was just as quick as him. I showed just amount of combination he did. I could hit him with either hand.
Alex Stewart surprised almost everyone with a gutsy performance against Evander Holyfield. Going into the fight, Holyfield's camp called Stewart a schoolboy who couldn't fight. But that all changed in the 5th round when Stewart shook up the heavyweight division's #1 contender. It was several big rights which amplified the ferocious attack. But Holyfield regained his composure in the 6th and turned the fight back in his favor. A series of uppercuts widened a huge gash over Stewart's right eye and caused nothing but trouble for the challenger. The ringside position stopped the fight because of the cut, but Stewart still earned Evander Holyfield's respect.
I think Alex Stewart got a good future. I think he can beat a lot of guys out there. Yeah, I might have to take my hat off. The guy came out to fight. He had something to prove, and he really proved that he's a good fighter. And he deserved to be in the top 10.
With the eye healed and successful surgery performed on his left hand, Alex Stewart returns to the ring after a 7-month layoff. His opponent tonight, Mark Young, isn't a marquee name, but Stewart believes this is a crucial bout.
It's the most important fight of my life right now. I mean, there's no higher fight on the agenda for me right now. I have to take care of this, so all the other fights are out. I mean, I'm nervous. I think I'm a lot nervous for this fight because I've been out so long. And I know I'm going to make mistakes, and I'm just hoping that he doesn't capitalize on them.
Alex Stewart hopes he can return to his winning ways once again, following the road which led him to a stunning record of 24-0 with 24 KOs. But at the same time, he doesn't want to lose the admiration of the boxing community, which strangely began following his first ever career loss. Who is coming off a major bout and taking on someone lesser known. Would you like to hear him say this is the most important fight of his career?
Well, it is the most important fight. Number one, he has to test that left hand. He also has to worry a little bit about the scar tissue over that eye, Bruce. That was a bad cut that he got with Evander Holyfield, and if that pops open, he could have a problem. And you know, his opponent, Mark Young, came in the ring a little earlier, and he shouted to the audience, "I'm starving, I'm starving." If you want to know what a hungry fighter is, it's Mark Young.
His nickname is Starving Mark. He used to be called the Storm, but he said he wasn't a storm, he was just going through one. Mark Young has been labeled an opponent, but he comes to fight.
Well, he went the distance with Art Tucker. He went the distance with Jose Ribalta. Took George Foreman into the 7th round. He's not an easy guy. Very, very awkward. Stays low.
All right, we're set to go for this 10-round heavyweight bout. Right now, it's a ring announcer, Steady Eddie Darian.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next bout is scheduled for 10 rounds, and it's in a heavyweight division. Referee is Double S, Steve Smoger. And now, my friends, introducing first in the blue corner, wearing the blue trunks with the white trim. He weighed in at an even 225 pounds. This gentleman has 10 wins, 13 losses with 6 knockouts. From Miami, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Starvin' Mark Young. Young and his opponent in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with the gold trim. He tipped in at 228.5 pounds. This young pugilist has 24 wins, 1 loss, with 24 knockouts. From Brooklyn, New York, by way of Jamaica, the West Indies, ranked number 4 by the WBA, number 5 by the IBF, and the WBC. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Alex, the Destroyer Stewart.
So Alex Stewart in the black trunks with the gold trim, and Mark Young in the blue trunks with the white trim. Joining us for this bout, upcoming, Leland Hardy, the heavyweight fighter who is equally adept at sparring with verbal skills. Nice to have you with us.
Oh, it's great to be here, Jeff. Bill and Bruce, I want to see Alex get it on.
Well, Gil, I've answered this before. What about Mark Young? Is he just an opponent to fill up a card, or is he going to come to fight tonight?
No, he doesn't think so. His record says that, yes, he's an opponent, but believe me, he calls himself Starvin' Mark, and he'll try.
Alex Stewart's first ring appearance since the 8th round loss to Evander Holyfield. That fight was stopped because of a cut above his right eye. He had surgery in November to repair 2 tendons in his left hand to the middle tendon and the pinky area tendon. Cast came off in mid-February. He started sparring in March, and now he's back tonight. And he said he was nervous.
Well, sure, he should be nervous. He's been out all this time, and he's in with a guy that's an awkward type of a fighter. And again, he's going to test that left hand.
And Leland, I would think that loss to Holyfield, even though it was a loss, would be a very positive source tonight for Alex Stewart, but it's been so long ago, maybe he can't use it as a motivational or a momentum type situation.
Well, you know, I had a chance to talk to Alex before the fight, and what I was most impressed with was that he wasn't thinking about the money. He's at the highest echelons of the division now. It's not the money. He wants the victories. He really has a passion to win, and I think that's going to put him right back at the top.
Midway through round 1, scheduled for 10.
You see how Mark Young gets so low. Very, very difficult target. So far, Stewart has thrown out a couple of tentative left hands. No real big snap on the left hand, but at least he's throwing it.
In recent months, Young has worked with Jerry Cooney in sparring and also with Razor Ruddock.
Very sneaky puncher, Mark Young. You have to watch him. Looks like he's doing nothing. All of a sudden, he'll wing an awkward punch.
Looks like he's playing a chess game, Leland.
He's really punching very hard, though, if you watch what he's doing. As Gil called it, this guy gets so low and he's so unpredictable, it's making it difficult for Alex to catch him with the big jab.
And Stewart a bit tentative thus far.
Put him out, that's it.
Now, we saw Alex very vulnerable to the big right uppercut from Holyfield. Let's see if Mark, fighting so low, can come up with that uppercut against Alex, or see if Alex worked against that.
The injuries have healed for Stewart, but this is the first real test in the ring. Winding down in the first round, an uneventful one. Stewart lands one big right hand before the end of the bell, and Mark Young doing his best to irritate Stewart a bit with a little love tap.
Don't even stick your glove out at him that way. You put that on.
It's okay? Follow with your jab. Nice jab, but it's not the jab. When you say trying to do this, you got the side ring, you got the scissor. But when he go like this to you, give me a minute, we'll leave your hand in. Pick it up with uppercut.
Wait, the head of the body.
When he go like this to you, right? All you got to do is put your hand, cover him. Give him with uppercut. Can't miss. He's right there. Okay? That was good. Good job. Nice. That's what I like. You're not going wild. Your job. The combination's going to come in.
Gil, this is interesting. You talk all you want about the preparation in the gym, but now you see something for the first time you've never seen before, and you have to adapt.
Well, Eddie Virouette's telling you to show him the jab and bring up uppercut. But, you know, I also noticed something else, and it was probably because of nerves, but Alex Stewart was already breathing fairly hard sitting down at the end of that first round.
He asked the question. If a fighter asks you a question, would that bother you?
Yes, it certainly would. Where should I hit him? I mean, you know, he seems like he's a little confused.
To the body goes Mark Young. Perplexed is a good word right now as Young with his sneaky, sliding, bobbing tactic, ducking.
What I think we want to watch for here is whether or not Alex really goes to combination punching. Because here's a guy who knocked so many guys out early in his career with the one big shot. He needs to use combinations to really get some guys out that are in the top 10.
There's a right hand by Stewart. Let's see if Stewart starts to pick up and connect on the head of Mark Young.
Stewart threw a nice right hand and came back with the left hook. Didn't look like he was worried about that left hand hurting him at all.
Oh, there's the right uppercut.
Virouette talked about. Well, Edwin Virouette called that punch for him. No question about that.
Almost could have been a standing 8 count, which is in effect in New Jersey. Young got away with it. He was staggered to the corner. That crisp uppercut landed by Stewart.
Stewart's putting his punches together now pretty good. And here's Young battling back and grabbing on.
Pretty crafty fighting on the part of Young.
Yes, he moved Alex Stewart right across the ring.
And then tied him up, Gil. That's one of your tricks.
But now Stewart knows he can hurt Young. It's going to be a big difference in this fight. Probably overworked that uppercut now.
Stewart's also going to work off a little bit of ring rust. it's more at home now.
Well, he seems to have found the key. Bruce. Right hands, right hands, right hands. He's overworking that right hand.
Very good. Okay.
Pretty big right hand by Young to the body there, though.
Neutral corner, time.
Neutral corner on that last low blow, I believe, by Mark Young.
Okay.
No.
Got a torn glove, it looks like, Bruce.
I need a new set of gloves.
A new set of gloves has been requested by referee Steve Smoger.
And they told Mark Young to go to a neutral corner, but he's not in a neutral corner.
You saw how you picked him up.
Pull him apart.
And here's Eddie Virouette. He's giving his fighter instructions. So I would have to say it would be fair for Mark Young's guy to be up there talking to him as well.
21086. 21086. Okay.
Well, they're going to change gloves, get the right glove for Alex Stewart, and while they're doing so, we'll take a short break. We'll come back to Atlantic City.
That's it.
Well, with 18 seconds left in the second round, we had a torn glove, the right glove of Alex Stewart. Referee Steve Smoger stopped the bout, and they're making the necessary changes.
You know, the fighter that has the glove torn really has an advantage because the opponent is in a neutral corner whereby the trainer is putting the glove on Alex, but in the meanwhile, he's giving him all kinds of instructions. So while the other poor guy, nobody can talk to him. That's the rule maybe they ought to think about changing.
And Leland, the glove that is used now must be of the same weight and the same model. Is that correct?
That's correct, but actually the heavyweights gloves are just a little bit larger, but have the same weight. Because you've got the heavyweights with the much bigger hands than some of the lightweights and the featherweights in the other division.
Now Mark Young and Alex Stewart are ready to commence action again. 15 seconds left unofficially in the second round. And it was a good round for Stewart.
Alex is really finding home.
Now, psychologically, I would think Stewart more happy that it happened to the right glove, not the left glove, which has the repaired hand.
Well, I really don't think that's that much of a factor, Bruce. The leather split on the glove, and I really don't think it had anything to do with the hand at all. And watching Alex, he doesn't seem to be too worried about that left hand at all.
That's good.
Let's go back to the flurry in the second where he almost got the knockdown.
That's what. All right, now let's see about that uppercut. There it is. There's the uppercut. And that's what Eddie Virouette stressed in the corner. Bring that punch up. But he really overworks his right hand for the rest of the round. You see a lot of right hands by Alex Stewart. There's a right hand. Another right hand, another right hand.
He landed one and he wanted more. Third round of this scheduled 10-round bout. I'm Bruce Beck, along with me Gil Clancy and Leland Hardy. We're at the Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino in Atlantic City. Do you think that rest, Gil, helped Mark Young?
No, I don't really think so. I think he had recovered from the punch by that time, Bruce. But, you know, when you're a little wobbly, I guess anytime they call a timeout, it might help you a little bit.
As we saw early in the fight, it was Mark Young coming forward and Alex being more tentative. Now I think Alex is much more comfortable. He's coming forward behind the jab now.
You know, being Alex Stewart's trainer or manager, you know, you have to worry about the left hand, but you also have to worry about that scar tissue above the eye.
And it's the right eye.
And you know, while Stewart is closing, Mark Young is getting off first so far this entire round.
Mark Young lands to the body.
Well, that's where he's thrown all his punches thus far, Bruce. Landed a lot of body punches. He's moving his head. Now he's standing straight up. That's one thing Mark Young can't afford to do. Alex has got that big right hand.
Young missing wildly.
The thing you want to credit Alex with is that he's not really loading up with any one big shot. And when he misses Young as he moves his head down very low, he's not expending too much energy.
Jab is starting to stiffen up too, Bruce.
Young to the body. Stewart just missed with the uppercut. Now he lands a straight right. And there's the jab that Gil talked about moments ago, followed by a right.
There's Young trying the big uppercut. And, I don't know if he's thinking about it, but Holyfield certainly found a home for it.
He is an elusive target. You have to be a real sharpshooter to nail him with 2 or 3 clean punches.
You got to be very careful. He doesn't come out of that crouch with the big left hook.
So in this third round, Stewart began to use the jab. And still looking for that big right uppercut. One that he landed nicely in the second. We'll be back. More Fight Night action in just a moment. Round 4 of the scheduled 10-round bout. Alex Stewart returning to the ring. First bout since the loss to Evander Holyfield in November. His opponent in the blue trunks, starving Mark Young.
And you know, starving Mark Young showed signs of being very, very weary at the end of the last round. You know, one of the things that complained to me about when he was in camp is they always give him fights on short notice. He never gets a chance to get in shape. And I think that's what happens tonight because he is starting to look a little weary.
At the start of the round was the first time we saw Alex employ the double jab. I'm sure that's what Bill Rutt wants him to do a lot more often.
And Leland, you pointed out in the last round that Stewart, rather than being perplexed as he was in the first round, is now just waiting patiently for the opening. To the body, Alex Stewart. Upstairs goes Stewart. Starting to find a little bit of rhythm.
Stewart looks very, very good after that long layoff. Very, very good.
It took him maybe a round and a half.
Step back. You got a mouthpiece in, Mark?
Referee Steve Smoger checking on the mouthpiece of Mark Young.
This Young keeps fighting back as soon as you think you've got him hurt, though.
Stewart with a solid right hand to the body.
He's hurting Young with those body shots, Bruce. That's what's taking that gas out.
Oh, big shot to the head by Stewart, followed by a shot to the body.
And here's Young talking to him. He's talking to him some more.
Young is saying, is that your best? Is that your best?
Well, I'd like Young to start throwing a few punches, Bruce, because, again, it's okay to be game and take punches, but you have to have a little bit of an offense.
I don't know if it's his best, but that right hand against Evander Holyfield was pretty darn effective.
Here's where Stewart needs to employ the jab, not wait in and not just touch his man. Shoot a hard jab and then come back with the big right hand.
Stewart to the body.
You can hear his corner rather vociferously calling for
Big uppercut by Mark Young. Big uppercut by Mark Young. Moves Stewart back, Bruce. That's that punch, Leland, that you said that Holyfield was so effective with.
That's right. So Stewart's not coming in behind the jab. He's just touching, walking.
Stewart landing to the body, landing to the head.
That's just about what Eddie Vera told him to do, though. He said, put your left hand on his forehead and hit him with uppercuts.
Go ahead. Let him out.
Fourth round complete.
Let's take a look at Alex Stewart. There's that big right hand right on the button of Mark Young, and Young is still there, still standing.
Round number 5, scheduled for 10. Stewart starting to find the range, although Mark Young did land a nice blow in that 4th round. But overall, Alex Stewart, since the opening round, has been busy and efficient.
That was a double left hook by Alex Stewart, who certainly is not favoring that left hand at all.
Mark Young back with the big right hand. Look at this Young Gil punching in combination.
Mark Young has been in the ring against the best.
I think Young hurt his right hand.
Stewart is all over him now, though. Stewart wailing away.
Landing solid punches.
Good body blow.
Those are the punches that really bother Mark Young, those punches to the body.
Get out, that's it.
Young has completely abandoned that right hand, and he's holding it down when he's not in action.
Pull out, Alex, pull out. If anything, I think Alex Stewart is punching faster. His hands seem faster than at any previous time, except for the Holyfield fight, of course.
Young still has not thrown a right hand in a while. And he's trying to like shake it off. You can see him. Putting it up as a decoy, but not throwing it. And Stewart's all over him.
Going into an old crap defense. Must have seen some of the old fighters, Gil.
Archie Moore. It's the Archie Moore defense.
There's the stiff jab from Stewart. Follows it up with a short hook. Now Young throws a right hand.
As soon as you think you've got him hurt, here comes Young punching in combination.
Stewart set him up beautifully with that right hand that time, Bruce, and missed the punch. I think that would have been it's all over.
Very good, very good.
He nailed him with that punch. And Young is still shaking that right hand. Leland.
There he is. Maybe it was a decoy. Tried the big looping right.
Stewart showed him how to throw it in. A lot more snap on Stewart's punches.
Crisp combination by Alex Stewart. Good uppercut. The left hand follows it up with a good combination. Seconds to go in the round.
Oh, very good, very good.
And a closing flurry by Alex Stewart.
Doctor's asking me now, Bruce, if he can use that right hand.
What is it?
Okay, is that it, kid? You stop the fight. That's all.
He's going to stop the fight, Steve Smoker, because Young can't use the right hand. He admitted to the doctor he couldn't use the hand, and that is going to be it. So Alex Stewart will win a 5th round TKO. And Mark Young picks him up and carries him. In a show of sportsmanship.
I think that was a very impressive performance by Alex Stewart. He had a very difficult target, settled himself down through beautiful punches, and with plenty of snap, Bruce. Punches that can hurt you. Every punch he throws can hurt you.
At the end of the 5th, on the advice.
Trying to pick up where Mark Young got hurt in that last round. He hit him on the shoulder, and there you can see him writhing in pain. And Leland, you didn't see him throw a right hand after that for a good 40, 50, 60 seconds.
That's right. You know, I could tell that when he threw that right hand, he came back and still tried to play possum and shake it off so as not to allow Alex to see that he was hurt, but he just couldn't use it again.
So Alex Stewart coming back from the loss to Evander Holyfield in November, coming back from the surgery on his left hand, from the eye injury, from the cut above the right eye, and looking impressive, Gil.
I thought he was very, very impressive. A lot of snap in his punches.
Big.
Leland Hardy, you started a little bit slow in that first round, looked a little bit tentative.
Well, you know, it's been a 7-month layoff, and he knows now that all eyes are upon him. He's become a cynosure, so he's got to get an excellent performance, especially on a comeback fight.
And he also had a tricky target early. Ed Darian with the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to an injury sustained to Principal Mark Young, Chief Physician Dr. Frank B. Doggett has advised SS referee Steve Smoker to stop this bout at the end of the 5th round. Therefore, the winner by a TKO, Alex the Destroyer Stewart.
So Alex Stewart now 25-1 with 25 KOs. We want to thank Leland Hardy for joining us once again for this heavyweight bout. Hope to do it again soon. Alex Stewart coming back, and coming back in style against a tricky opponent, starving Mark Young out of Charlotte, North Carolina, whose record is not impressive, 10-14, but who has lost to the likes of Tyson and Terry Anderson and James Tillis, Jose Ribalta, Big Art Tucker, and George Foreman. And indeed, tonight he proved he wasn't just another opponent. We'll be back and Casino in Atlantic City, New Jersey, where just moments ago, Alex Stewart stopped his opponent, Mark Young. Stewart ranked number 4 by the WBA, number 5 by the IBF and the WBC. Here's where he put some pressure early in the fight on starving Mark Young. And eventually Young could not continue because of an injury to his right hand, and the doctor stopped the fight. Alex Stewart and his camp standing by in the ring with our own Gil Clancy. Gil?
Congratulations, Alex. Congratulations, guys. Alex, after a tentative first round, you went back. Eddie Virouette told you, just put that left hand on his part and come up with the uppercuts and you get him out of there. I thought after the first round you were very, very sharp.
Well, first of all, I'd just like to say thank you to coaches, the people who helped me to train, and thank all my managers and trainers, everybody who helped me. A special thanks to his wife who was sick and she came today. Gil, I like to say, you know, I was tentative because I was nervous, really, and I know I was going to be a little bit, you know, not too sharp. But after the first round, I settled down. I said, you got to do the best you can do, what you got. And then I went to him and I started, you know, he had a low crouch, which is hard to hit. But once I figured him out, I figured I'd take him out second round. But he survived.
Well, you know, he wasn't, don't be so hard on yourself. I thought you looked very, very good. This guy's a difficult opponent. He gets very, very low. He's maneuverable. He's a very strong guy physically. But again, after that first round, you settled down. You showed me a lot in that fight. What about that, Mike?
He was a little tentative, Gil, but I agree with you. This is his first fight back after hand surgery 7 months ago. And my partner and I, Jim Fennell and Eddie Virouette, we're very satisfied with his performance tonight.
But you know, Mark, in a fight like this, you got a guy, he calls himself Starving Mark. He was going to try to do anything he could to win the fight, but you just wouldn't let him do anything. You know, I think your hand speed tonight and the accuracy of your punches was just as good as it was in a Holyfield fight. What about that?
Well, my hand speed was okay. My accuracy was fair, but my combinations wasn't there. The combination where I aligned a lot, getting 3 or 4 punches off and hitting the opponent, just didn't come together right. But it was fair. So I took what I had and did what I had to do when my trainer told me, go out there, come up with the punches. I did it. But I give Starving all the credit. Mark was pretty good, you know, and I think that's what brought out a little bit more of me.
Well, you know, it's tough to hit a guy with combinations when he's all the way down low. Oh, okay, Mike, one more thing. What's next for Alex?
On July 3rd, Alex is going to fight at Kutcher's, the main event, Country Club, upstate New York. And from there, we'll see what offers come in where there's an interest in Alex in England. Your friend and my friend Mickey Duff is going to meet with Bobby Goodman and discuss a series of fights for Alex in England. And we'll just go from there.
Well, you know, it must be the kosher food and Kutcher's. Anyhow, I thought you looked very good. Now let's go back to Bruce Becker ringside.
Thank you.
So Alex Stewart